Hey, Paul, the pigs have started pooping again.
That's also Ariana Grande's vocal warm-up.
The puppet is putting its puppet hands up my nostrils, and I have a cold.
The puppet is putting its puppet hands at my nostrils, and I have a cold.
And that's on period.
I hate when you start when my rump is just in the air.
Bro, if we waited until your rump wasn't in the air, we'd never get anything done.
Yeah, maybe because I'm the one setting up this whole freaking...
No, I just meant in general, because you're always like... it's like painting a picture where you're always twerking.
Two sisters talk about dumb shit. We hope you like it. Cause if not, then we'll kill ourselves and the blood will be on your hands. Young old!
Welcome back to Young Old, the number 2 podcast in the podcast marketplace.
Who pushed us out?
No,
Dude.
because we're
Friends.
Oh, I thought it was like because we're number 2 because we're poopy.
No,
Is that-
I
thought it
literally
was a
wasn't.
pun. I thought it was a poopy pun.
The number
No.
1 podcast is a pee podcast. Number 2 podcast.
Yeah, and people never talk about that.
Okay, also I was saying, my butt always being there, trauma is stored in the hips, and I have a lot of trauma that I have to constantly be releasing, so that's why
So that's why you're twerking.
I'm always working.
to release her hip trauma.
I literally didn't mean for that. I thought we would maybe do a fun bit where we come up with like a fake podcast that beat us
Okay,
up.
okay.
But
I
your
like that bit.
mind's-
No, I like that bit.
It's too late. We've
I like
done
that
poop.
bit. I like that bit. How about it's the Old Young podcast? The Old Young podcast.
It's
beat
too
us-
late.
No, the
'Cause
Young
your
Young
mind-
podcast.
Your
just
minds
beat
are in the
us
gutter.
out.
The Young and Younger podcast.
The Young and Younger podcast.
It's a
has beat
baby.
us out.
It's a
Yeah.
baby. Have you seen those AI things like of canceled where they make them look like babies?
I've
Yes, I
seen-
have seen those. I love those.
Oh,
Those are hilarious.
I've seen the Theo Vaughn AI where they make him
they have
look
a baby. Yeah.
When I see the baby AIs of famous people, I say AI is good. That's freaking awesome.
That's what makes you like AI.
Yeah.
What makes me like it is the glass fruit cutting.
What me-
Do you know what that is?
No.
It's like glass. It's like an ASMR thing where it's like they're cutting glass fruit.
Well,
What do you think is wrong with you that you like ASMR so much?
I don't think there's like lots of people like it.
Oh, what do you think is wrong with lots of people that they like ASMR
Well,
so
I don't
much?
know, but it's not weird if a lot of people like it.
But what sucks is now
Period.
to regain our number 1 spot in the podcast marketplace, we've all decided this has to become an ASMR podcast.
We will be talking like this.
Because this is what you fucking perverts
Welcome back to the Young Old Podcast, the number 1 podcast in the podcast marketplace. Just kidding, we're number 2 because we were beat out by Young and Younger, which is a podcast about babies.
But we're about to take back the number 1 spot because of ASMR, because you're all freaks. Oh, I bet you're all freaking loving this.
I don't think you guys are freaks.
Eve's like, that's not funny, that's my culture.
Also, famously, Eve's whole claim to fame is ASMR.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So
So
how am
who
I
are
gonna call
we?
how am I gonna call them freaks?
Also, I would never have known that internet fame was possible for me had it not been for Eve doing Honeycomb.
yeah.
Like,
period.
because you don't know that internet fame is possible for you until you have someone
To set the
close to you,
goalpost.
Yeah.
to be like, this is possible. This
Oh,
is what is
God.
possible.
And that was Eve doing
Yeah.
ASMR. And
But I
that's
feel like you were popping off on Twitter at that
No,
time.
I wasn't until I didn't start popping off at all until you popped off.
Oh.
Like I was nobody.
Well, when
because
Dana-
remember when we went to Barcelona, you already had like 100,000 followers on Instagram, and I went really viral for the first time when we were on our way back to the States.
I don't, but I'm glad you
It
do.
was huge for me. This was,
I'm glad you
guys,
remember.
This was July 2019. It was right before I started dating Robert. It was when I was still just texting Robert and smiling, and Eve was like, "Who are you texting?"
And you were like,
and
he's
I said,
cute, but he has
ugly
bad shoes.
And I decided that I loved Robert.
Well, famously, when Dana first started doing open mic comedy a few months before that, her first couple jokes, one of her first couple jokes was like, "My sister's famous online.
I love the
because
impression.
she eats glue on camera, and it kind of looks like you. This was your joke.
Yeah.
You said my little sister's famous online. She eats glue on camera. It kind of looks like cum. We're all very proud of her.
Yeah.
Lamau.
I don't know if you were aware.
No, I remember
was
that joke.
That
I
was her
remember it.
entry into the LA comedy scene. Dana
So, like,
kicked down the door.
The way that I like clout leached off you in so many
And all the loser
different
uggies were
ways.
clutching their pearls.
And the loser.
Yeah.
And this was before
Saying,
Dana
who
even.
is this hottie taking the scene by storm?
And
it was-
I was still like kind of chopped at the time. Like
You were not shocked.
But regardless,
You
you're
look
still
like
a hottie
you.
taking the scene by storm. Who is this six taking the scene by storm?
They said, it was a bunch of fours. We're like,
Who's the six taking the scene by storm?
And then when I, screeched and crawled my way to 7 status, they really
Well, if
freaking
you're a
lost their
6
shit.
and you want to
Yeah.
be an 8,
When you screeched and crawled your way to 7 status.
a lot of people lost their fucking shit. Sorry,
I am
Robert.
going
Sorry, can I say something
to
actually
sprint off
interesting?
a cliff. Here's the thing. I never used to be bothered by the overtalk until
Can I say something actually interesting?
until all the comments started pointing out the overtalk, and almost like it made me aware. I almost was unaware that we talked over each other, but now that I'm aware of it, I'm so aware of it, and I'm like, there is zero instinct of someone else starts a sentence. Oh, I should let them
Sorry,
go.
we're having fun.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Again, it's someone else starts a sentence. They think their sentence is better than mine. I'll say my
Well,
sentence.
that's why my favorite
louder.
sentence in the world is, can I say something actually interesting?
Because that's what's implied whenever we overtalk. It's I'm going to say something actually
Also
interesting.
because
though.
you were so serious when you said it.
Yeah.
For real.
As with all Dana bits, it's something she says and means so
Well, the
seriously.
thing about me is I'm someone who had no idea I was funny, and then the world said, "Oh, that's funny," and
Well, the
I said,
thing-
"I guess I'm funny."
Well, the
That's
thing-
what your hit. Sorry. What?
Okay, let's reset. Let's
Sorry,
reset.
I'm trying to say something actually
reset.
interesting.
Also, Robert, why don't you go
never-
back to the bit about
also-
the number 2 podcast?
Also, it's like I never used to be the one who was like over. Like I used to be able to overtalk with the best of them, but it's like now that I'm conscious of it, that split second of hesitation is
Yeah.
what kills me.
You're the new Dana of sulking in the corner when someone interrupts you.
Which again, and turns out being Dana fucking sucks.
Which I always said, which I've maintained throughout.
I became Dana. Everyone starts treating me like I'm a loser in middle school.
Dude, it's crazy how
Retroactively.
you can never outgrow loser in middle school energy. Like it just clings to you for your whole life.
Wow.
Unfortunately,
It's like-
Eve can never outgrow not being a loser in middle school. It
Oh,
just
God.
clings to her. No
God.
disrespect can stick to her. No dunk ever truly gets to her.
It doesn't permeate.
It does not
It
permeate.
bounces right
Because
off.
I'm like,
She's
it's a
Teflon.
Gotti.
It's a guy.
Yeah. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
I don't remember. I think I was gonna say I'm gonna walk into the sea after this podcast is
Okay.
over. Where no one will
the
interrupt me
Cabo
again.
Sea.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
because they're
We're
going to
going.
Cabo.
You guys,
But when
wait.
you're watching this, we're already out of Cabo, so don't try to stalk us.
So don't try to
By
stalk
the
us.
time this drops, we're out.
we're not in Cabo anymore.
We're not in Cabo
I
anymore.
pulled a pretty bold move, and I decided to do a princess surprise on Robert. So I decided to surprise Robert with kind of a big gesture of a trip to Cabo for his 31st birthday, because we love Cabo. We talk about going to Cabo all the time.
Yeah.
We love going to Cabo. We love it. And I'm like, oh, he's gonna love it. It's gonna be awesome. I planned the trip for 2 days after his birthday because we had an engagement today, which is Saturday. And I make him this like card. It's sitting over there. It's a big poster board, and it says "Happy Birthday, Bobo," and it's like you're invited. And I have on it all of the details of our trip to Cabo. It's
covered in glitter glue, in case you were wondering.
On his birthday, I surprise him with like a little outfit and also my poster board saying that we're going to Cabo. And he like not only doesn't get it at first, like he's reading the card and he's like kind of like confused, but then he finally goes, "Oh, we're going to Cabo," and he like isn't excited.
Oh.
No, I'm excited. Okay, I'm super excited
Oh.
now. This is okay. You know what? Let me get it. Let me get it. One second.
Oh,
One second.
grateful.
No.
Anyway, but I was saying that I try to treat Robert like a princess, and
Princess treatment.
what you realize is that princes don't like it when you treat them like princesses.
Oh, so he felt emasculated, you think?
No, I think
no.
it's that first off, I'm not we all know I'm not the prince in this scenario, so it's more like bridge trolls don't like it when preach on a princess. Like if you went to the bridge troll and you said, "We're inviting you to a great ball at the castle," the bridge troll would be like, "But I'm here for my riddles."
But who's gonna do the riddles?
And they're like,
gonna
"No,
do
you
his
don't do
riddle?"
riddles. You come to the castle, you eat
Yeah.
food. I eat food, but I just eat bones from beneath the bridge. No, you don't need to eat bones. You're coming to the castle.
Okay, I see.
Yeah,
But
anyway.
also,
but
first off-
he was excited. But it was like first thing in the morning. I don't know. You explain it.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
okay.
Can I
Robert's
say
gonna
something?
show the Are you gonna show the
You
poster?
say something actually
Can I
interesting.
say something actually uninteresting and boring that you're all gonna fucking hate?
Okay, you
but-
need to be on video to see the poster, though.
But here's the video. So first thing in the morning, I woke up first thing in the morning. As soon as I wake up, Dana hands me this. So this is what it looks like. It's not a card that says we're going to Cabo.
I mean, it's pretty obvious. I came in when she was making it, and I understood the premise.
Well, here's what I genuinely thought when she first gave me the poster board. I thought she had made like a vision board of like where she had made a collage of all like things we've done together. That was my legit first thought.
I'm like, there's screenshots of flight tickets.
But that's what I thought. I thought, wait,
for
are these like flights?
this week's date?
I was like, are these flights that we've taken
I
in
don't
the
know
past?
how it could be any clearer. Like, I came in when she was making it, and I instantly understood what was happening.
This is first thing in the morning. If I burst into your room first thing in the morning and just thrust something like this, you wouldn't get it right away.
I did, though.
But I get it now. It's the first
I
thing.
saw when she was making it, and I was like, oh, oh, you guys are going to Cabo.
I read the message
because I'm not
first.
stupid.
I read the message first, and I literally thought like, oh, these must be like screenshots of past trips we've
Why?
taken.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's what I was trying to figure out. And then once I clocked it was Cabo, then I was like, oh, okay, it is Cabo. It is Cabo. Okay, when are we going? Oh, okay, we're going then. All right, so I'll have to do XYZ before we leave. I went into logistics mode.
He went into logistics mode. He couldn't just be like a princess and be
couldn't just be a
we're going to
princess.
Cabo.
Well, I had previously committed us to a different event on Monday. So I also was like, well, how do I phrase that email?
But I had already come up with copy for how he could phrase that email in my head because I knew that would be a concern of his.
No, I'm so hyped.
Yeah.
Like, this rips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
This rips. I'm hyped. Also, I will say, for Dana's birthday, I have spent equivalent amounts of money on her. So let's
Okay.
just be, like, it's,
Totally. Also, I got a good
I don't
deal,
think anybody
but
said
no one
that.
Was thinking,
no one was thinking
But
that.
these
And
are
then
all
you
the things
just threw
I'm
that.
thinking
And
first
then you
thing in
just
the
threw
morning.
that out there, like, which makes us be like, oh,
Yeah. And now we're like,
oh, what? Because nobody was
Oh.
thinking that.
Well, I was just like, oh, well, this is a lot of money.
Nobody
Then I
was
had to be like,
thinking
well,
that.
wait a minute. Really, it's like, I've spent this much money on
okay,
Dana.
but nobody was thinking that. Like, to me, I didn't think that.
It's what I was thinking.
Okay.
I'm the bridge troll you invited to the castle for dinner.
yeah. When what did I expect when I invited a bridge
And what
troll
did
to
you
Cabo?
expect? And what did you
But anyway, we
expect?
are very excited now. Post all of this processing.
I'm
But
also-
he has spent just as much money on her. So don't even
Yeah.
more. So before you think that he's never spent a dime, he has. So
Anyway, I hope you didn't find it emasculating. And
Well, no, I never found it emasculating. There was-
honestly, I didn't really think so either until right now. Until you started talking, and then I was like, he's so masculine.
You're like, this guy does not sound like a man.
I was like, oh.
Anyway, it was Robert's birthday.
But the
and
delay in
I
reaction
love
was
him.
literally just because it was first thing in the morning. I legitimately thought it was like
I
a
think you're
montage.
relying too much on the whole first thing in the morning thing, especially because you guys get up at 9:30. Like, it's not that deep.
Okay.
I also hate, dude, Eve started waking up before noon 1 year ago, and ever since then, she's on
it's
her
honestly
fucking
been
high
way more
horse.
recent than that.
And also, even then,
A
as we
year is
discussed,
pushing it.
she's non-verbal for the first 3 hours. She's non-verbal.
And?
So if Eve was given a trip first thing in the morning, her reaction would be,
All I'm saying is I saw the poster before you, and I also, she couldn't have spelled it out any clearer. It's who, what, when has the July
but I didn't
week.
start there. I started here on the message because I was
Okay,
taught to always
fine.
read the message before you look at what you get because that's good manners.
Well, but they're all message. There's all words
but
all
this
over
is the main
it.
word chunk here.
Okay.
Flash. I'm hoping someone like zooms in and somehow finds like
where we're staying and
I
when.
guess it's just like my
It's
eye
okay because we'll be
immediately
gone.
goes.
We'll be
from-
gone.
Yeah, by the time
My
we
eye immediately
post that.
goes to the pink part.
But my eye goes to the tiny green text.
Okay, well.
Also, again, you're non-verbal for the few
Okay,
first few hours.
whatever.
I resent
I don't
this.
care.
Like, I'd get everything first thing in the morning.
Whatever. Have fun.
Anyway, all this to
He
say,
spent just as much money on Dana.
it was Robert's 31st birthday. We're going to Cabo. He reacted to Cabo the way I reacted to the pawn show.
Bro.
Real
No,
alternators
because
know.
I
I'm
immediately-
just kidding.
Once I had like my coffee, I was so hyped.
But he
I
spent
didn't-
just as much money on the pawn show.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay, Bridge Troll.
Also, like, I was kidding.
castle's
I was
nice.
literally kidding when I said he was emasculated, and now I'm like, wow, I wasn't. I didn't know how real it was. I didn't know how real it was. He's emasculated.
I'm not emasculated. I'm definitely not emasculated.
Guy who's not who's emasculated.
But
be like,
because Robert,
I'm not emasculated.
it's okay. Because Robert didn't give me the reaction that I wanted to the present, I did cry.
on his birthday.
And then I immediately was like, well, oh, no, I get it. I had to get it for a second. I just didn't immediately.
Sounds like a great day, guys.
No, it was. We had a great day.
Yeah.
Once you got over that little bump in the
Well,
road.
famously,
And
we
then-
joke about how I always
Cry on
always
Robert's
cry on
birthday.
Robert's birthday, and it's actually because there's a deep rooted like narcissist in me that cannot have a day dedicated to someone else without like.
Well,
ruining
yesterday
it.
also towards the end of the day, we
Yeah.
had a great day, and I was having a great day, and I said, "Oh, hey, do you love me or what?" I said that to Dana, and then Dana started to cry and goes, "It's just like when you ask me that, it feels like you are wondering if you love me or what, and it makes you feel like you don't love me." This is true. This happened exactly.
Bro,
Yeah.
that's crazy behavior.
And it truly was, but this happened previously. We went to Disneyland a couple birthdays ago,
Yeah.
and she started crying around 3 p.m. at Disneyland.
Yeah. I think it's like Robert said this, but I think that I'm the kind of person where like I'm so self-centered that it's like so much pressure when I know that the day isn't about me that I like can't help but like, make it about me.
Because you're
Like,
trying so hard
I'm
not
trying
to
so hard not to
it
that it like inevitably becomes too much pressure.
But I will say
And-
that to me is almost what makes the day a great day. At this point, it's like part of the experience because like that shows you that like that's a day with Dana.
Right.
If you want a day with someone where they're not gonna maybe occasionally crash out without even meaning to,
Right.
that's,
then you don't like me.
Then you don't like Dana.
Then you don't like to hang out
I
with
like
me.
Dana. So
Yeah.
yesterday when I said, "Hey, do you love me or what?" and she started to cry, there is part of me that goes like, "Hey, check the box."
Check the box.
Well, I
That's-
don't know.
that's a
It's
Dana
just
day.
like when you say that, it kind of sounds like you're thinking about if you even love her. You know what I mean?
And Eve famously loves to sow discord.
And you haven't even spent as much money like on her gifts.
Also, I was thinking about this, but like when Eve used to come visit me in like different places when she was in high school,
Yeah.
and like I lived different places, and she'd come visit me, and she would always talk about this. Where she was like, the first day, like I'm really fun, and then the day after that, I become like,
Wait, I don't even remember that.
Basically, it's just like I lose all my energy, like
'Cause I
day
was
2 or
like-
day 3, and I remember like one time I apologized to you because like day 1, it's like we'd like go shopping, we'd like go out to eat, we'd like do all these
Okay.
things, and then day 2, I would get like really tired and like I wouldn't be
Oh.
able to like do anything, and then I like apologize and I'd be like, I'm sorry, I'm just like not myself. And you one time were like, yeah, I get it, this is how you are.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
this is what I thought you were gonna say.
What?
Day 1, we would go to the laundromat, and you would
Well,
do,
yeah, okay.
and you would do pounds and pounds of laundry.
Yeah, that's also it. Is that when Eve
And the
would
first-
visit
it was
me,
like
I
from
would have
the
had like
airport.
7 months
We
of
wouldn't
laundry
go home
to do.
from the airport. We would go straight from the airport to the laundromat, and we would spend like the first few hours doing laundry at the laundry, and like taking up multiple machines.
And wasn't that fun?
and that was so fun.
And that was Eve getting to visit the big city.
that was I visited the big
A
city.
laundromat in
And
North
I was like, I
Hollywood.
guess this is what people do.
I guess it's that Hollywood lifestyle.
I guess they do hundreds of pounds of laundry at once.
Well,
at the
Dana also
laundromat.
used to, when I first met Dana, she was living at a different apartment and she would leave her front door unlocked every time. And then sometimes she would accidentally lock it. And then she would have to break into her own apartment by like climbing a wall behind the building.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that famously was Stick Kingdom, where
Yes,
Biter
where
ruled.
Biter ruled
Biter
and
ruled.
reigned.
Biter
And
literally,
they cowered in the bedroom.
because
We did.
Dana
We
couldn't
hid
go to the
from
living
them.
room, she couldn't go to the kitchen because those were just areas where Biter had brought in a bunch of sticks and would run around and run rampant.
Yeah.
So we would shelter in the bedroom as Biter threw his body against the door, like kind of like we're the children of like an abusive father.
And Biter's the abusive father.
Yeah.
But those were the days to him.
They
Yeah.
were. They were the last days that he was in charge.
Well, that
Yeah.
was like
And he
King
ran the
Kong on his
land.
island,
That
you
was
know?
King
And
Kong's
we
island.
brought King Kong to like the big city.
Right.
Although Biter seems to be loving it. He's passed out unconscious. You
Yeah.
can't see.
On the Tempur-Pedic mattress, which is the only acceptable place he will rest his puppy body.
Yeah.
As
Oh,
we always say.
I've also been seeing a lot of discourse online about the Gen Z stare.
Yes.
And well, first of all, just Eve, what do you think of the Gen Z stare?
And
Classic.
if you're off video, if you're only on mic, Eve just did the Gen Z stare so perfectly.
Just did the Gen Z
but
stare.
Eve not only does it on the podcast, but in the specific video that Robert sent in the group text, which was a joke video of a person who works at a restaurant trying to interact with Gen Z customers who, when asked with any question, just kind of do the Gen Z stare.
I only do that if I've prepped what I'm going to order and then they say they don't have it. Then I do that.
Everyone's
Because it's
got
like
this
you went
big
off
explanation.
script.
Yeah.
Because then it's you went off script.
There's no script, but I think that's maybe the point is Gen Z needs the script.
Yeah, why does Gen Z need the script so bad? Like Gen Z
I just can't
hasn't.
think. I'm not an improv king, okay? I can't think on my feet like that.
A waitress is
When
like,
you
"What
say-
food would you like?" And you're like, "I didn't go to UCB."
No, literally. But they're like, but it's like the thing is like I prepare my lines. I'm like, I'll have the salmon. And they're like, we don't have salmon. And then
You're
I'll
like,
be
I didn't
like,
prepare any other lines.
and I'm like, because I'm like, you should have put that on the menu so I could have known.
I love the explanation.
So I could have prepared.
I love the explanation you have for that because it's basically the Gen Z stare is people being like, "Hey, Gen Z does this weird thing," and then the explanation is like, "No, you don't understand. I'm one of the weirdest people of all time."
Whatever.
you-
So I can't improv.
I do
Sue
think that
me.
being said, I would blame our phones for the social awkwardness of these generations because it used to be like when you felt awkward, you didn't have just like a device that you could like look at to like seem less awkward.
Yeah.
You would have to like fully embrace the fact that you were being awkward and like be quiet.
Well, every generation is weird in different ways.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's like if like a boomer was at a restaurant and the waiter asked a boomer what they want, the
Yeah.
boomer would just be like, "What do I want? I want to go home and hit my wife, but for now I'll have the T-bone steak." And you're
Class.
like, "Oh,
And
okay."
I'm just gonna start
Right.
saying that instead.
Yeah.
If you, I would. That would be wild.
At least I can't be accused of Gen Z stare anymore.
Okay, wait.
And then millennials are like, they're like, "What do you want?" And you're like, "I want Harry Potter to be real."
I want my Hogwarts letter.
Millennials.
Yesterday.
Millennial stare is when they just stare at their own phone background and it's them in Harry Potter world.
Yeah, it's their Potter core. It's
Their Potter.
Whatever.
Oh, I was
Pottermore.
at a house recently, and it was a nice house. It was for a comedy show. I'm glad they had me. Crushed, obviously.
Yeah.
But part of maybe the reason why it was my crowd was I went to the bathroom there, and their bathroom was, no warning, full Harry Potter bathroom.
Wow.
Completely normal house, very nice.
But the bathroom is where they let loose.
The bathroom is where they let loose. Like there was, by the way, there was like a picture of Hogwarts on one wall. Fine, fair, I guess. That's Hogwarts. But on another wall, there was a sketch of a fan edit for the Marauders. So it's like people write Harry Potter fan fiction about like Harry Potter's dad when he was in Hogwarts.
I'm familiar with the Marauders.
With the
fanfiction.
Marauders. So there was on one wall Hogwarts, another wall the Marauders. You already know that like the towel was like a Gryffindor towel. And then there was also a Dobby. And there was a wand in there next to the sink.
That's pretty crazy. You know what they should have done is record Moaning Myrtle
In the bathroom. That would have been
playing.
great.
I think we're about to run out of space on the memory card, so let me delete some stuff and start a new clip.
Okay. You can delete anything of mine that's on there. It's just me saying uninteresting things. So.
Right.
Well, there should be like a setting if you want to have a true Harry Potter bathroom. There should be a setting where if someone poops, as soon as the poop hits the water, it's Hagrid going, "Oh, Harry!" And then when you
Yeah.
What? Like you mean Hagrid's in the toilet?
No,
Would
like
be
there's
the
a sound
insinuation?
effect that happens when you poop.
yeah, and it has to be like a Harry. Like
Okay.
maybe it's like when you poop, it goes Avada Kedavra with no warning.
I like that. I think that's a good
Okay,
idea.
that could be something.
Remember when I was calling Eve weird for the Gen Z stare 2 minutes ago, and now I'm like, what if it was
like
a toilet where when you poop, it's Hagrid talking to you?
Yeah, well, we've really gone full millennial. Okay, that being said, I'm like
Also, it always bothers me how you say Hagrid.
Is it Hagrid, the
Yeah.
bright one?
Yeah.
Well, famously, I read the books. I pronounced Hagrid and Hermione that way in my head.
we know.
And then
We
I got
know the lore. Okay.
we know the Robert mispronunciation of Harry Potter.
Yeah, we
names.
know the lore.
Wait, but that reminds me of, dude, to me, the scariest place you could have Harry Potter theme would be the bathroom because of freaking Chamber of Secrets.
The basilisk.
But maybe that's why they did it.
But it doesn't seem like they had anything spooky in there. It seems like it was just like vaguely Harry Potter themed. But when I first read Chamber of Secrets as a youngin', I could not go to the bathroom alone for like
Princess No Pee-Pee.
years. Yeah, I was scared to go to the bathroom.
I'm sorry, Princess No Pee Pee?
That was her name.
Oh, okay.
because I wouldn't pee because I was scared to go to the bathroom because of the Chamber of Secrets.
And they called her Princess No Pee-Pee.
And I
And
hate that.
something tells me they would be
my
would-
parents.
the whole family.
Yeah, my family. I mean, I was severely bullied by my family.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
I was.
At least you were a princess.
I don't know. You did
like
lure.
we
I
called
was
you
mocking.
troll no
obviously.
pee-pee.
But like
Yeah.
they may as well. Have
You
called me
also
troll
did
no pee-pee.
lure your younger sister out to LA so you could make her do your laundry. Seems like you got him back.
But she had a good time.
Yeah, no, we had fun doing the laundry.
That was a party.
That was actually a
That was
party.
a rave.
This
It was a
actually-
rave. It
You're
was a
like-
laundry rave.
You're like, you don't understand. This is actually a party. Make sure they don't steal my dryer. This is a party.
And it was a party.
It was a party.
Oh, but I was thinking about what we were saying. Like every generation has something that's wrong with them. But I've been seeing TikToks recently that are like your boomer mom's unhinged comments about other people's bodies, which was reminding
seen this
me.
one.
Okay, so basically, there's this guy who does these really funny TikToks where it's like he's imitating his mom, and he's like, "Hi, honey, how are you? Oh my god, on the flight over, there was this woman, and she was massive. She was so big, and she ordered Pringles and a beer. Anyway, like how,
Yeah.
like whatever." But Robert and I were talking about how that kind of mental script can infiltrate and invade your own programming. And we will catch ourselves thinking like that kind of horrible thing
Boomer thought.
about other people's bodies and then being like, wait, I don't think this. Like, I don't agree with this, like, train of thought.
Well, I
Like,
literally, okay, I hope I will confess, this is an
Yes.
unlikable thought that I immediately
but
checked
we
myself
we
on.
both had the same unlikable thought and didn't even tell each other about this until
So we were in a donut shop and we had just gotten donuts and then kind of a gentleman walked in who was like a little heavier and he's And there's nothing funny about
Gentleman
that.
walked in.
There's a
He
gentleman.
was a
little
gentleman
bit
who was
heavier.
heavier.
Yeah.
He was a gentleman who was heavier.
What do you want me to
Continue.
say?
That's the best
Some
way to
lord
describe it.
ass.
No.
All right, we're not
Never.
claiming that. Anyway,
Never.
Continue.
But a heavier gentleman walked in and he asked the donut employee, he was like, do you guys have any gluten-free donuts? And my first instinctive thought was like, this big guy's asking for gluten-free.
Like gluten's where
Maybe
you draw the
he
line.
has celiac.
Well,
But my literal next thought was like, well, wait a minute. Like, what am I saying here? It's like, yeah, he's probably like focused more on like maybe eating healthier, and I'm sitting here
I
judging
don't
him like
know
an
if
idiot.
gluten actually does that even do anything?
Regardless,
Like,
to
for
me,
you-
the point is that like, oh, someone comes in, they do an order. I have like a thought that isn't even my own, and then I immediately checked it. Like, what am I think? Where did that thought even come from? That's not mine.
I think
Yeah.
gluten-free being healthier is a myth, but that's just me.
well, yeah,
That's the
Eve, that's not the
unimportant-
point. That's
that's
an
not the
unimportant
point of
detail.
the story.
You do
That's
that all
not
the
the
time.
point
That's such an
of the
annoying Eve
story.
thing. It's like just
Bro,
like
I'm
latching
so-
onto something
I don't
irrelevant.
care. I don't care.
Whatever. Regardless, what we were saying is basically like
You both
it's a
had the
boomer
same
thought
thought,
to
okay.
be judgmental of a person's eating habits because of their body when you don't fucking
Yeah,
know them.
right.
That was the
Yeah.
gist
I think
of the.
what's weird about boomers is that they like are proudly saying it to people around them as like an interesting fact. I feel like
Yeah.
if you like you have like thought people everyone has thoughts to themselves. It's
Right.
just if you decide to like verbalize it as important information.
But we're saying that the reason that thought even occurs to us
Is
is because
because
boomers have
of that.
verbalized
Okay,
yeah.
it. Like, and that is how it
True.
infiltrates the programming of other people.
Well, it's like the Family
Where
Guy
it's
joke of like, oh, you know, heavier people drinking Diet Coke, that kind of bit.
That
And I'm
kind
like,
of meme.
Yeah.
funny Family Guy joke or whatever, but I am like, why did I even have that thought?
Right.
And
like, why would we be attributing strangers' bodies to like one eating habit we're observing in isolation?
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
actually such a bizarre judgment to make when it's like, I don't know what this person's eating normally. Like, I don't know. And I always say this as someone who's been fat, but like when I was fat, I would
Wait, you
always
were
think,
fat?
oh my God. When I was fat, I would always think like, oh, I'm going to eat normally because I know that if I just like starve myself in public, it'll just manifest in me like binge eating in private. And I understood that
Right.
when people watched me eat normally, they were thinking judgmental things. But I
Yeah.
was like of the mind where I'm like, if a skinny person was eating this, no one would think anything of it. And I
Right.
am going to be skinny soon because I know I will be
Well, that's
skinny
kind
soon.
of the
So I
catch-
will continue to do this
that's-
even though I know what people are thinking.
That's kind of the catch-22 of fat phobia, where it's like people will be fat phobic to someone when they're like
Regardless.
eating badly,
Yeah.
quote unquote. But then if that person like tries to eat well, they'll be like, oh yeah, fat person gonna eat, have
Yeah.
a salad. And it's like you want to be fat phobic.
You want to be fat phobic. And then I think also, like, again, if you're watching this and you're heavier, I would say to you,
a heavier gentleman.
heavier gentleman or gentlewoman, I would say you really can't
gentlewoman.
let like your fear of people judging what you're eating impact what you're eating, because that will only hurt ultimately. And also they're thinking negative things regardless. Like if you're fat, boomers are around you going, they're eating a
No,
salad.
can I ask you
They're
something?
eating a
Dana,
hamburger.
Dana,
Yeah.
Dana, can I ask something? Eve started to say I.
Okay.
You heard her.
I'm positive that we've had this exact same conversation
Okay.
before. Like I'm positive. I'm
Okay,
just
well,
positive.
well, I'm interested in
I'm
this.
positive.
Okay, well, we need a way to.
Can I ask this? So you heard Eve say I mid-sentence, and yet you just continued your sentence. So I'm like curious,
No,
did you
it's-
think you had
no,
something more
no.
interesting than Eve to say?
No, but she was already on a roll, and I interrupted with the I.
I guess that's true.
Well, okay, I'm glad that you.
I guess it's on
said
us
that.
to bulldoze.
Coming off. It's
Yeah.
on everyone to
It's
bulldoze.
on everyone to bulldoze.
Well,
and
I
I'm
guess-
just,
I
I'm
guess
just
we've already said
positive
the
that
same
we've
thing before.
had this,
All right,
said
then
this
sorry.
rhetoric.
Well, I
It's
also
still true, but I just think we've said it.
All right.
I don't think we've had this
I
conversation.
literally
on pod.
think we've had this exact same conversation
one?
on here. That people will, if you're fat, people will judge you on what you're eating, regardless.
Yeah.
I think we have.
Well, okay. Well, how about this? We've never
But
talked
okay,
about.
look, we have the same episode every week anyway, so who cares?
We've never talked about this before. I went to a house and it had a Harry Potter bathroom. Have you heard about this?
And Robert was not excited to go to Combo.
I'm so genuinely hyped.
Yeah, he
now
is
more than
genuinely
ever. I'm like, I need to
He's
leave the
hyped.
nation.
Yeah, he's hyped.
Dude, I'm really hyped. Dude, isn't it funny that when you tell a story, you're like, so yeah, this person came into the donut shop and I thought their order was weird for a second. And then I realized I was being weird. And he was like, well, can't you just get donuts delivered? It's like, that's not the detail. I feel like I would just get delivery. That way they would bring the donuts out to you. I'm like,
valid.
not
That's
important.
such a good
Valid.
character POV.
Valid.
Is just like POV, a person who always latches onto unnecessary details.
Okay.
But to me, I hear that and I go, someone needs the Pirates of the Caribbean curse.
Sorry, I have attention to detail like Sherlock Holmes.
But it's not like
the
Sherlock
wrong
Holmes
detail.
because Sherlock Holmes is only concerned with the details that are important.
No, he collects all the details, and then that's how he.
But then you,
It's crazy because we're talking about Sherlock Holmes right now, and I'm looking at my Sherlock Holmes hat in the corner,
Yeah.
which was used for Situation Snoops when
For Dr. P.
Real
Dr.
quick,
P was doing Situation
if
Snoops.
Eve was Sherlock Holmes at the end of the Sherlock Holmes adventure, they'd be like, "Well, Eve, did you solve the murder?" And Eve would be like, "Yeah. So the mystery is why was she in the supermarket? And you actually on Instacart, you can just use Instacart, and then you don't even need to go there to that supermarket." It's like,
I'm
but
just like, okay.
they're like, a woman was murdered in a skyscraper. Eve, what do you think about that? Yeah. So in conclusion, I feel like it's better to like not live in skyscrapers. I like living in houses.
That's valid. See, every dunk is just a gaudy.
But that's what the middle school popularity. You can't
Every
get
dunk
to
is
her.
a
Every day was a
gaudy.
Wait, you guys want to hear something really embarrassing that I was reliving
Nah.
recently?
Sure.
I'm good.
Okay, when I was 14 or 15, the wrong age for this, my aunt bid on a double date at a silent auction in their town. And me and my cousin, who's a year younger than me, had to go on a double date with these two guys who were like slightly older than us.
Wait,
And it
bid
was-
on a double date with the guys?
Yeah, like bid, like basically, and
I
How
thought
old were
this
you?
was just something
14,
they did in
15?
One
old for
Tree
this to
Hill.
be too old for this to be okay.
You'll notice that Dana isn't on this podcast, and that was my decision.
You've also done that before.
It's okay to repeat a bid or two.
Also, you've said you've done that before.
Also, tea. But also Robert will be like, Dana, your tummy should be on the sphere, like the Las Vegas sphere. And then I'll be like, you've said that before. And he'll be like, what?
well, let's
But
get,
he like genuinely is surprised that he's
well, let's
said
get
that
context.
before.
I'm like, Dana has such a great tummy. Look, they should have IMAX
I don't
cameras
think they needed the
filming the
context.
tum.
I don't think they
so that
need
in
the
the sphere you look up
context.
and it's like Dana's
It's weird.
tummy's all
Your
around you.
context only made it weirder.
What do you? I don't know what's weird about that.
Okay, and then he has amnesia and then okay, whatever. Okay, so
Like, can I tell the story about how? Anyway, I was a freaking weird loser, and I was forced to go on a paid double date with two random people.
There's a chance you were just trafficked. I mean,
They
cried. I
paid.
cried and begged to not go. Like I remember, like
I mean,
literally
that
being
is
like,
just
"Please
weird.
don't
If
make
I
me
was
go."
the
Like,
men too, I would not want to go.
and there was talk of like having them take you and Jenny.
are they
oh
chil-
instead.
Are these men children?
No, they were like 2 years older than me. Like it's like I was like probably a high school freshman. Julie was probably in 8th grade.
I'm confused with this. So these like
And-
high school seniors bid to go on a date?
No, they didn't bid.
No.
They were like they
It's
were
like-
the auction item.
And see, this is
It's
what I
like-
was thinking. I was like, and they do this in TV shows where it's like they'll auction off young men at the high school for charity.
Yes,
But I was
it's
always
like
thought,
the baskets in Gilmore Girls.
Yeah,
Robert.
okay.
or in
alright.
One Tree
Yeah.
Hill they did it too.
Yeah.
But I'm
So
I
you
was
would need to be older for this
confused.
to be make sense.
No, I would need to be like like younger or like it was for old ladies basically. It was like for old ladies to like have teenage boys take them out on the town.
But I
Oh,
always
okay.
thought it was weird in TV shows, and I always thought it was just a TV show thing.
where you're latching
Like
on to
I didn't know
irrelevant
that they
details.
actually did this in real life.
Well, no, but I'm like, if it's a date, because in TV shows the idea is like they always want their crush who's their same age to win the date. So it's like,
no,
you
but even in One Tree Hill, all the moms are bidding on like the
Yes.
young boys.
Yes, that's it's more like oh haha like these two you know strapping young gentlemen will take you to mini golf. Basically, that's the idea. And it's not supposed to be like a girl. It's not supposed to be a random girl their age. It's not who's
It's not supposed to be
go.
a romantic thing.
No, it's not supposed to be a romantic thing at all. And obviously, it wasn't a romantic thing. I'm getting like defensive just talking about it. But like,
I feel like there was a lot of romance.
You wanted it. I feel like it was romantic.
I feel like you really wanted to go on a date.
Hey, Dana, have you eaten today?
no, I haven't.
Okay,
Oh.
okay.
No, I haven't.
So,
Well, I actually had a similar
I was too worried
situation.
about Boomer judging me.
I was a little too. I needed to be like either way older or way younger for this to be normal. But like I was bid. My aunt bid on.
he's gonna be like a troll or something.
My aunt bid it on an auction, so I got to go on like a little bit of a date, and then the date took me to
It's
this
gonna
coal
be like
mine,
Black
and I
Floor or
worked in
some
the coal
shit.
mine for 12 years. And I said, I don't know if you knew what that date thing was.
Okay.
Anyway, basically TLDR.
Yeah, how was
I
the date?
It was so weird. I mean, we just like went mini golfing and it was really weird. And I felt really
Did
like
you
I'm like,
fuck?
I love that there was talks of me and Jenny going. We need to talk about this at the family event today.
I literally like it makes
I
me
need to
so
know the
it makes
other
me so upset. It makes me like
perspectives.
mad at everyone I've ever met.
Sounds like you have a little
regarding
crush on
my
these
family.
guys.
No, I didn't know them. I didn't fucking know them.
But you wanted to get to know him, didn't you? You wanted to get to know him, didn't you?
This is why. Now I'm like I'm literally crying and shaking.
'Cause they
I was
saw
just
you-
trying to
yeah.
tell like a story, and now I'm like, now I can't. So I realized that I clearly not enough time has passed, and I actually haven't
You're not
processed
over it.
the logistics of it.
You're
Clearly,
not
I'm not
over
over it because
it.
I can't tell it.
Well,
with
your
the
love
love
you were
is always
but you were
crazy.
In a
you were
funny way.
trying really hard to not go,
Yeah, I was trying really hard not to go because I was like, this is really weird.
and everyone was like, "You have to go."
Yeah, and I cried, and I was like, please don't make me. And I even think I tried to like hide when they came. It was so
And they
bad.
dragged you out and they said, go on a date with these boys.
Basically, that's how I remember it. We can ask Julie how she remembers it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
later.
saying. We need to discuss
But-
this with those involved.
Anyway, I was just thinking about that.
But like, were the adults like, it's not weird, just go? But I guess it's because adults think all teens are the same age.
Well, that my
But
parents.
also, even if they were the same age, it's still weird. You don't want to like hang out with random
Yeah.
boys you don't know.
Well, my parents would always do that. They would like have me like hang out with like the children of the other people who worked in their office. Meanwhile, like there's like a 4-year age gap, and it's just like, what the?
Right.
If I'm 10, I don't want to hang out with a 14-year-old or a
Yeah,
6-year-old.
exactly.
It's like, what the fuck?
Right. Well, it's very important when you're like a kid or a teenager, like to hang out with kids who are like really close to an age. Like that's
Yes,
important
like
to
a
you.
year or
like,
two
Like
max.
if
Yeah.
you're 11 and I'm 7, you don't F with me. I probably would love to F with you, but I understand that
Well,
you
you
don't
wanted
wanna
to F
with
those
me.
boys.
Oh my god! Like, okay, now I'm like, it's like I'm back. When you do that, it's like I'm
What?
back and I'm 14 and I'm like so upset again.
Yeah.
Like,
well, but because that's what they were probably like, Dana doesn't want to go because she has a crush.
and it's like, no, I don't. But
What
also
year- what
that
year
just
was
makes
this?
it-
What year was
God.
this?
Probably like 2009, 10.
Okay, because I just got a text from a number I didn't recognize. It said, hey, we're the two fellows from 2010. Come to pick up Dana. She owes us. And they also said, note, we don't want her weird cousins. We just want Dana.
Oh.
Because Dana wants to. Oh. Wow, that's pretty R-rated.
This is what I mean. Like this, like
Oh.
right now.
What about it?
Listen, you're 30 now. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna be
I
all
know
right.
it's gonna be okay.
No one's gonna make you go on a date with the boys who you are in love with.
Who you are desperately in love with. Who you're pining for.
I didn't want to know them.
Is it because you wanted to get to know both of them, but if they were there together, like they would know about your love for the other one, and it would make them
That's
compete?
so like Stefan and Damon.
Exactly like Stefan. Who was the Stefan? Who was the Damon?
Neither of them were anything to me.
Yeah. How were they in the sack? Though.
This isn't funny anymore. Never mind, and I regret bringing it up.
That is like a crazy thing to like bid on for children to do though.
Well, that's very like kind of old world, like that kind of weird. There was like it was like perversion kind of
Yeah.
underneath every activity. It's like
Yeah.
the maypole, you know.
What's Maple?
That's like where it's like the maypole where it's like all the girls at the end of the year wear white dresses and dance around a pole with ribbons, and it's meant to be
What?
like
Is this
they're
Midsummer?
yeah, this sounds like
ki-
Midsummer.
it's the aesthetic is very midsummer, but it's very kind of like an old money ritual. Of course, we did it at my private school where it's like all the girls.
Freak.
What the freak?
Yeah.
What the freak?
What
Yeah,
the
it's the
freak?
maypole dance.
That's weird.
I
Sound
never
off
heard
in the
of this.
comments if you know about the maypole
Yeah,
dance.
sound off if you
That's
know
super
Maple.
weird. They're definitely harvesting like demon energy from that.
Well, it really is vibing like we're prepping the sacrifice of the young virgins to
Yeah.
the demons.
it's
Yeah,
giving.
it is.
Well-
Do you know if those girls are still around or were they sacrificed?
Actually, every single one of them died in an unrelated accident.
that's not
Maypole
suspicious.
by
Maple.
Bloomhouse.
yeah.
I
But I-
mean,
That's not bad.
yeah,
That's
pitch
not
it.
bad. That's not bad.
Jason Bloom, if you're watching this, Maple,
Yeah.
we'll do it.
Yeah.
So real.
And
Let
if the
us
two
write
guys Dana went on a date with are watching this, guys, you lucked out not getting her. She'll make you go to Cabo San Lucas with her and emasculate
And emasculate the F out of you.
I'm joking. I'm so excited. I'm literally so hyped.
it. Anyway, wait. Speaking of demonic, labubus.
God.
Bro, I think I brought up Labubus in the car, and Dana said, "You know, they're actually based off of the demonic statue
Pazuzu.
Nefufu." What is it? What is it? Pazuzu.
Pazuzu. I got a TikTok that was about how Labubu is demonic because it's a reincarnation of Pazuzu.
But I'm like, okay, so then she shows us this little, demon deity named Pazuzu, okay? And I'm like, all right, even if the creators of Labubu saw Pazuzu and they were like, let's make Labubu, I still don't really see an issue with that. I don't think that's what happened, to be honest. I'm pretty sure they're
But even if
based
that
on...
is what happened,
But even if that is what happened, I don't really think it's a problem.
I think the major problem is Eve being like, haha, I've seen these like viral videos about Labubu. And Dana goes, oh yeah, well just so you know, Labubu's Pazuzu. As if we're supposed to be like, oh, got it.
Right, and it was so serious and so like, no, but those are actually based on the demon Pazuzu.
Hey, heads up, those are Pazuzu.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is what those guys were getting a date
And
with.
then she starts like looking up her proof, and it's a guy in a snapback being like, "Labubus are really a demonic demon named Pazuzu."
I'm just letting you guys know what I heard.
Here's the thing. If
And
you,
it's like hashtag demon,
Hashtag demon.
hashtag demonic,
conspiracy
hashtag-
sound effect,
Yeah.
scary sound effect music.
Yeah.
Labubu is actually Pazuzu.
Right.
Do,
Again, a guy in a
do,
snapback.
do. It is demonic. If you have a Labubu on your back, get rid of it now.
And I'm like, this is who you're listening to. This man in a snapback.
Yeah. Any guy with 12 followers who looks like he smells bad, who uses the scary
Dana
sound.
trusts so much.
Yeah. Dana trusts them.
I trust them with my
And then
life.
she hits it with us like we're supposed to have all been in
Yeah.
on it. Like, oh, well, just a
Well, and
reminder,
then she pulls
guys.
up that is proof, see the guy in the snapback said it's based on Pazuzu. Yeah, but you feel pretty stupid now.
I like
I'm not trying to make anyone feel stupid. I'm just trying to raise awareness.
It's just you being like, see, yeah, being like, and then I'm gonna be like, what?
You want to? It's very put Eve in her place. Hey, Eve.
Yeah,
Labubu's Pazuzu.
yeah.
You need to know that.
Okay, like I said though,
But I do
let's
think
say-
Labubus are ugly and weird.
Well, okay, sure, that's fine, but okay, even if it's based on Pazuzu, like now what?
Okay.
No, I agree with you. Now what? I think ultimately you are right in that, like, your question, now what, definitely saved me from a lot of conspiracy rabbit holes.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it is a good
Because
question to
what?
ask
So what if
yourself.
Zena
Now what?
LaVey
Like,
is
what
Taylor
is
Swift's mom?
like, what is the action that I'm supposed to do
Right.
or
Yeah.
take? There is none.
Well,
There's
Bugs
nothing for me
Bunny
to
is Babubu. It's based
demon
on
Babubu.
Babubu. It's based on Babubu.
And it's like, what if everything's just based on a demon?
Well, everything traces back. People will say that to you. It's like
Right.
Santa Claus was originally Demon Klaus.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't care about any of that.
right. Krampus.
the Krampus.
Yeah. The Labubu people are like, yeah, so we're adapting the Pazuzu IP.
Yeah. They're
We're
just
really
adapting
excited.
IP. That's
and,
all.
And if the IP happens to be an ancient cursed book risen from the depths of hell.
Yeah. Period.
Did you know this little squid guy? He's based on Pazuzu.
No, he's not. That's Barbo. And we won him because we hung on the bar.
We've had to have talked
Okay.
about
No,
this.
I don't think we
I don't
did.
think we did.
We
I
did
actually
really
don't
talk
think we
about it?
did.
You talked about it on your TikTok, but not
No, yeah, I
on
don't think
here.
we talked about it. No, we didn't talk about it. This is good. This is good to talk about.
Well, this is good to talk
So,
about.
We went
we were
to-
at the Santa Monica
Yes.
Promenade the
The
other
boardwalk.
day. Boardwalk, because we were filming Eve's music video coming soon.
Coming soon.
And
It's gonna be good.
Robert
It's
and
gonna be
I
great.
saw one of those, carnival contests where you hang on a bar, and if you hang for a certain amount of time, you get certain prizes. We have 2 prizes here, so we did hang on the bar for designated amounts of time.
Also, Robert's looking at his own Insta right now.
No, I was
so.
looking up topics and then I just instinctively did open
But
up
we
my
have
own
a topic
Instagram.
right now. We're talking about one, and you could be engaged with it if you'd like. Thank you.
He's the
Anyway.
demon Pazuzu.
Yeah, it's giving
Yeah.
Pazuzu.
Whoa, guys. I think that's the demon Pazuzu.
He's pointing at Biter.
Yeah. Okay. So we see this hanging bar, and we're both like, let's do it. Let's do the hanging bar. Before we get the chance to do the hanging bar, this really scrawny kid goes up to the hanging bar.
Wow, way to make judgments about people's bodies, Boomer.
I'm just saying that he was
This
scrawny.
kid who had a normal body.
Boomer women love to be like, so the kid on the bar, he was really scrawny.
Well, it's important for my story.
Right.
It's a relevant piece of information.
a
He
thin
was-
gentleman.
He was like,
He was
I mean,
a
he was
thin
fucking.
He was a
gentleman.
thinner gentleman.
He was a
know-
light set gentleman.
He was a light set gentleman. He was
gentleman.
like 14. He was scrappy looking.
He was a light set gentleman.
And he goes up to the bar. He hangs for 45 seconds exactly, and he gets the small prize.
Yeah.
And so
he was struggling.
And he was struggling. But in my mind, I was like, okay, he did it. He can do it. I can do it. Robert goes up. Robert hangs for a minute 20 seconds.
I think it was minute 23.
Which is like a lot. Like
and
no
won
one
the
ever
medium prize. And the
won
medium prize was the best prize. The
Yeah,
large prize was
definitely.
ugly.
Well, this is
Large
what was
prize
stated.
ugly.
Was they wanted the squid, so I
Yeah.
barely got the squid.
Yeah. And then I go up, and having seen the scrawny kid and Robert, I'm like, oh, surely I can do at least a minute. I go up.
Well,
and-
she was convinced she was going to be Robert.
I was convinced I was going to beat Robert. I go up, I do it. It's so freaking hard, you guys. Like, it was so unbelievably hard. And I managed to scrape by 47 seconds, but I know in my heart that if I hadn't seen the really skinny kid do the 45, I mentally wouldn't have been able to, like, steel myself to complete the
It's all
challenge.
about seeing. You have to know it's possible.
Like, and
Yeah.
if he hadn't shown me that it was possible even for him, I don't know if I would have known it was possible for me.
Well, we were looking at it before, and Eve was like, surely there's some trick. Surely there's some, like,
well,
carnival
it did
trick.
like rotate slightly, but even regardless
It was like
of
a
that,
loose bar.
it still is hard.
wasn't
but
like-
it
it
was
wasn't like-
so hard.
even if
was
it didn't,
loose.
I think it would
It
still
wouldn't
be
rotate on
hard.
its own. If it started to twist, it would twist with you, basically.
Yeah.
But basically, it was one of those things where I'm not gonna lie. I was looking at it and I'm like, I'm gonna crush this thing. I was literally in my head seeing the Guinness Book of World Records, and as soon as like my
And also
weight.
crowds were forming. Like
Yeah.
anytime the kid was when the kid did it, when they did it, like everyone was gathered round.
They
People
sought
come to
see.
watch.
It was very
Yeah.
gladiatorial.
And Robert's subscribers were there. There was like a group of kids on a field trip. And while you were up there, I heard them behind me going, "Is that guy a YouTuber?" And then after he came off, they were like, "Are you a YouTuber? I think I'm subscribed to you."
And I was like, get the fuck away from me. I'm tired from the bar.
right. And you were like, I'm with my family.
I'm with my family.
Right. And then
Yeah.
he went Chapel Roan on their ass.
Yeah.
I'm
But
just some guy. I am not going to endorse Kamala for you. I'm just some guy.
Do your own research.
and then they said his silence on the election was deafening.
Yeah.
And then the other kid was like, "I'm gonna subscribe to you right now." But it was cute, and it was also good that he hung for a long time. Otherwise, it'd be really embarrassing.
Yeah.
If I fell quickly, they'd be like,
They'd be like, "I'm unsubbing."
I'm on something. I just see my subs go down by everyone who's there.
Yeah.
But
But
no,
it's
it-
kind of like iconic to like have, young kids who look up to you also see you freaking crush a physical challenge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
team.
And those kids liked you for your mind.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
they see
They're like, wow,
you're
you're
not
gonna
only
be
brain
strong.
but brawn as well.
they're like, he's
Yeah.
a real man. And they hear about my fiancé getting me a trip to Cabo.
And they're
and
like, "Wow."
I guess he's emasculated.
Yeah.
But no,
They're
it
like,
is
"How
just
beta of him."
as soon as my weight was on the bar, I immediately had the thought of like, oh no.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no.
yeah, don't joke.
Also, to Dana's point, it's like if I did it, having seen the scrawny kid is like, I simply
You couldn't.
Can't drop.
Yeah.
You can't draw.
because if I didn't have any frame of reference, there's a good chance I would have dropped it for like 30 seconds. But I
Yeah.
am just like, yo, this
Like,
is a problem.
because also it's really hard in a way where if you haven't seen someone of, dare I say, lesser physical stature than you succeed.
This scrawny kid is catching strays right.
Well,
Yeah.
no, we're in awe of him and we respect
Okay,
the
yeah.
frick out of him, obviously. And sir, if you're watching this,
yeah.
You're incredible.
So yeah, this like
incredible.
bitchy little scrawny bitch went up before us. And
But I do think it's like the kind of thing where it's hard enough where, yeah, if you hadn't seen someone succeed at it, you might go, this is too hard, I'm gonna give up.
being said, I will say there was an advantage to him being kind of scrawny because you have less weight to hold.
That's very true. Yeah,
But anywho, we won prizes.
but we did win
Play
prizes.
stupid games, win stupid prizes. We played an elegant game and we won some very elegant prizes.
We won some.
Well, it was
we
like,
won
what,
some
like
new
15
family members.
Right, new family members, new friend group members.
Yeah.
Dude,
The
bef-
new bombshells for the villa.
the
Yeah.
new bombshells of the
Bombshells of the
villa.
Pierce and Barbo.
Before
It was
bed.
like $15 to play though, right?
12.
Oh, they
12.
didn't. They won. What did
Yeah.
they supply? A metal bar and 2 plush toys that cost 50 cents. We supplied $30.
And entertainment for various
We did entertain the
onlookers.
masses. There was
But
something
you
very
did
fun
get
about that.
subs,
And I gained a few subs,
Yeah.
so it was a money
And
making
you
endeavor.
impressed the subs you
and
already
you
had.
and you didn't lose subs.
I didn't, which
No.
by tanking.
is big,
So,
and that's huge.
Huge.
And before bed, though, Dana has started when she'll like move the stuffed animals off the bed and she'll move them to the side and she'll talk to them and she'll call them by name. And every time she does that, I'm like, what's going on? How deep have we gotten down the rabbit hole? She's like, Barbo.
Dana, you know all your stuffies are based on Pazuzu, right?
She's like, Barbo,
on the
I will
demon
see you.
Pazuzu.
Well, literally after you say that, you're like, and Camilla, I'll place you here. And then I hear Camilla go, not Camilla Pazuzu. And I'm like, Dana, and I'm the only one who can hear it.
I always think how fucking crazy would it be if like they started talking to me, but I couldn't tell anyone.
I'd like you to tell me if they talk to you. I would eliminate them. And
You'd eliminate them?
obviously.
So you'd
obviously.
believe her.
Huh?
You'd believe her.
No, he'd believe that I thought they were talking to me, and he'd eliminate them so that
Oh,
I
Well,
so
wouldn't
similar to
be
your point about
crazy
Pazuzu,
anymore.
whether or not they are, whether or not they're not, we got to get rid of these animals at that
Oh,
point. Whether they're really talking to you or you just imagine they are, we
Either
got to get them
way.
out of the picture.
I really.
But what if it's like Annabelle where you throw it in the trash and then you come back and it's right there again?
That's a fantastic question. Well, to me at that point, it's like, I feel like me and Annabelle, we'd kind of vibe. At that point, I would immediately go into, I will be your servant here on Earth.
Okay.
I will serve you, Annabelle. I will
Period.
serve you.
you will be
Barbo
Annabelle's
Pierce.
sex slave?
No. no.
Sex slavery.
I mean, if my aunt bid on an auction for a date with Annabelle, sure, I know what that means. I ain't gonna be a poor sport.
See, I was such a poor sport about it. Like I was like,
I mean,
you
to
can't
be
make
fair,
me do
that sounds
this.
like an awful situation.
It was
It's
really
deeply
terrible.
uncomfortable,
That
weird,
sounds
and
terrible.
perverse.
It was
And I don't know why
horrible.
you would bid on that.
All those old fun activities, those old timey fun activities, is like whoever bids the highest will get to, marry my son. And you're like, what?
Yeah, it's like no one wants to marry
one
your
wants to
son,
marry your
dude.
son.
Whoever bakes
Also,
the best
for all I know,
pie
too,
gets
it's
to
like,
marry
it's like
my
their
granddaughter.
mom was the one who volunteered them. There was just so many layers
Right.
of like.
No, I
Trafficking.
doubt they wanted to
Of
do
like
it.
no one wanted to be there.
No
like,
one
that's
wanted
what I
to
mean.
be
And I'm
there.
like, I hate hangouts where it's
No one
so
wants to be
clear
there.
no one wants to be there.
I'm sure they didn't. Yeah, we're not thrilled about it either. But
Yeah.
I always thought it was weird in TV shows when they did it, but I was like shrugged and I'm like, whatever, it's just TV. It's not like they do this in real life. But then here we are.
Well, also the only way it's acceptable in like Gilmore Girls is because what's on the table is, oh no, one age appropriate hot crush will
Right.
bid, and maybe her other age appropriate hot crush will also bid. That's like the only specific scenario where that would make sense.
But in One Tree Hill, they do it like all the moms are super horny for the young hot boys.
Well, that's One Tree Hill.
Yeah, and
That's
that is
how-
Montreal.
And in Smallville, they'd be like, it'd be a bid, and whoever you think Lana Lang's gonna win the bid, but actually some like girl with meteor rock powers wins
That's
the bid
so
for
real.
Clark.
That's so real.
And she uses meteor rock powers to mind control Clark.
That's so real.
Oh, I love that.
Wait,
Dude,
that
Smallville's
I'm
so
not
good.
just
Yeah.
like
What?
that literally is low key an episode.
If you spoil
No,
it-
actually, it's not. Wait, well, there's okay. You'll see.
Oh, this reminds me of something
You'll see, you'll
fantastic.
see.
So we all obviously watch Smallville, and as we've talked about before, Eve is really specific about what shows she enjoys. She enjoys shows where there's fantastical elements in beam. And we were talking about Smallville very
beam
casually.
is a beam of light.
A beam of light, some energy beam, something that says, I'm not of this earth.
Yes.
I have a power
I have
of
a
beam.
Something because I'm
Beam.
special.
So
Yeah.
Eve casually goes, when we're talking about Smallville, she's like, yeah, and of course the whole show's building toward Lex getting the superpower where he can kill people with his touch. And we look at her like, what? And she goes, well, Lex gets a superpower, right? And we go, Eve, Lex Luthor doesn't have superpowers.
And the thing is, I've watched all of Smallville before, but like I genuinely just blocked this out because I really thought this.
It literally was like telling a kid there's no Santa Claus. Eve
Right.
was
Yeah.
legitimately.
I was convinced Lex was gonna get powers, and they were building up to him
But like
getting powers
Lex's
in the
whole
future.
thing is that he doesn't have powers. That's why he's so jealous of Superman.
and I was furiously Googling to be like, no, but surely.
Well, it's 10 minutes
this like
later.
really broke her brain.
10 minutes later, Dana and I have moved on. And I just look over, and Eve's like in like a Lex Luthor DC Comics wiki, 4 paragraphs down, desperately searching for.
Well, also, I just wanted him to have. I was satisfied that he will be possessed by General Zod and have powers in that way.
Maybe Lex will get a labubu and get possessed
Maybe
by
maybe
Pazuzu.
he'll get
Pazuzu.
possessed by Pazuzu.
Yeah.
I'll take Pazuzu at this point.
But I was really
Pazuzu
upset to
possession.
learn that he doesn't. Also, because it's like, even if I watched it and then he didn't, it would be okay because like I had the mindset of like, oh, he will, and then that's exciting for me.
Well, you're running on hope.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
but
now
then my
there's no
hope
hope.
was crushed.
Well, it's like,
Whatever.
that's how like the way Eve reads those the A Court of Thorns and Roses book. She's like, I have hope that these people will be Fae.
But they always are. She
and
never
that-
disappoints
they
with
are.
that.
Yeah.
They will be fair.
But Lex Luthor will never be Fae.
Again, Lex Luthor's whole
Right.
thing is that he'll never be fat.
He'll never have powers.
Yeah.
It was
ever.
just really upsetting. Also, Dana was like, "We have to go on the Smallville cruise. Young Old has to go on the Smallville
Okay, so
cruise."
the former cast members of Smallville, if you're unfamiliar, they run this thing every year, basically called Cruiseville, where you can cruise.
How long
with
is it? Like a week?
Members of the Smallville cast.
But it's like a weekend, like an
think it's-
average length of a
Yeah,
cruise.
like maybe 3 or 4 days or something. And I was saying like young old should go on Cruiseville, and even Robert said that we shouldn't.
Look, it does seem like everyone there
I just
has a
don't
fun
even really
time.
like cruise. Like I don't think a cruise sounds that good.
I just am like,
if it was like Smallville Resort,
Well,
I
you don't
would
want to be
go.
on the water.
well, I don't really want to be on the water.
yeah,
either.
you get so
I get really
seasick.
seasick. I don't really prefer the open
You'd be
seas.
throwing up all over Lex Luthor.
That's true. I would
Well,
be
to
puking on
me,
Lex.
it's like I enjoy everyone's work, but like, okay, I'm getting my breakfast on the cruise ship, and I look across the cafeteria, and I'm like, oh yeah, that guy played a football player who got meteor rock powers in season 3.
But then
What
we
does
were
that do for me?
Then we were like, we'll be the hottest guests though.
yeah.
Look, again, there were some ugly set gentlemen.
Ugly set is not
Ugly
even
set.
a descriptor.
There were some ugly sets,
set.
lords and ladies.
Ugly sat lords and ladies.
Ugly set. Trying to be PC about calling someone busted.
Ugly set.
Ugly set.
That's crazy. Okay, that's also really funny because like yeah, when boomers say like heavy set, it's like that's so mean.
Yeah, that's
Well,
worse.
like your mom will
than
be like,
fat.
you know, your second cousin is she's a heavy set lady. It's like, just call her
Right.
fat.
Just call her fat. Just call her fat.
Just call her fat.
Also, moms also love to give you like such invasive personal details about other people in
That's
your
so
family's
real.
lives. And I'm like, I don't want this.
That's so real. That's so real.
And they treat it like, also, all right, this is always because like my mom would always be like, your second cousin, Lisa, she's suffering from lupus right now. And I'm like, I didn't even know I had a second cousin. I don't know Lisa. If I were Lisa, I would not want you giving out this information.
Whenever I hear someone has lupus, I'm like Selena Gomez. And then I'm like, that's clout.
That's clout.
That's clout. It's a Selena Gomez.
Because you shared
disease.
that with Selena
But
Gomez.
like, yeah, it's like I don't know Lisa. I don't need to know Lisa has lupus. I'm sure Lisa I would hate to know that I knew she had
Yeah.
lupus. And there's just so many
tea.
layers of like, or like, your mom will be like, oh, so and so's son has this crazy thing going on in his life, and he hates his mom also. And I'm like, yeah, no wonder he hates his mom, because his mom's going around telling everyone
about it
like
the crazy
because
thing.
it's like if I know this crazy thing about your son, of course your son doesn't like you.
Yeah.
You're the one
Because
telling
you're the one
everybody
telling
about
everyone
it.
about it.
Yeah.
Like,
So real.
My friend's son. Also, it's never necessary. It's like, hey, we're getting lunch with my friend and her son, and he has a lot of student loan debt.
Right.
I didn't need to know that before the lunch.
I
didn't need to know that before the
Why
lunch.
would I need to know that going to the lunch? Also, again, you're like
Having the whole
unnecessarily.
lunch in the back of your mind, you're like, you have student loan debt.
You're watching them eat. You're like, wow, a lot of salad
like-
he's eating for someone with student loan
Right, they're
debt.
like buying a bunch of food. You're like, wow, spending a lot on lunch today.
Yeah.
Like,
He's like, hey, can I get another soda? And I'm like, should you really be ordering a second item?
Hey,
spending all
water's
that?
free, buddy. Like, what?
Well, also, and I always know like that's the thing about like our parents' generation. They are so giving with personal details about like younger people's lives. But what frustrates me is like it never would go both ways.
No.
Like if I'm like my friend's son has student loan debt, and I'm like, oh, is that the friend who's going through a pretty bad divorce right now? She'd be like, hey, that's private.
Yeah, that's private.
How
Hey, never
dare
speak
you.
about another person's relationship.
Yeah, just speak about their children's medical and debt problems, please. Be civilized.
That's real as fuck.
Well, I'll have relatives. Again, this is like I get so disrespected by literally everyone I've ever met.
I think everyone does. I don't think there's a single person out there that feels like they get the respect they're due in their
Yeah.
life.
Especially not in this room.
Yeah, not in this room,
We're all
dude.
getting disrespected right and left.
Well, it's just like I'll have people because like, again, I understand that like my like aunts, uncles, like all kind of older relatives, like they have no concept for whatever my job is, right? Because it's all
Right.
social media comedy. It's very kind of vague, but they will.
I mean, famously, I heard you on the phone with your grandma being like, I'm happy with my employment.
I am.
And
Dude.
that we talked about on the podcast.
Yeah.
So shut up.
We've
whatever.
talked about that on the
Funny.
podcast.
It was
Eve.
funny and relevant.
Come up with something new.
Whatever. Okay.
But anyhow, but again, I'm like, I know, like, if I just asked them, like, oh yeah, how much money do you make? They'd be like, whoa,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robert's so
They'd be
disrespectful.
like, that's such a violation.
But they will
But
basically
can kinda,
all but ask me that.
Yes. Yeah. It's very rude.
Did Biter fart?
I don't smell it.
Okay.
I don't know, but he's sleepy and he's a little angel.
Did one of these? Did Pazuzu fart through one of? Is that the charcoal scent of Pazuzu's presence?
I don't smell anything.
I don't smell it.
This is ASMR of us smelling if the dog farted.
Now he's looking at us like, what?
Here's the
he
thing.
knows.
Someone commented on our last episode, like, how does this not have thousands and thousands of views and followers? And here's the thing. I both think we should have thousands and thousands, but also I totally get.
But then we do the ASMR sniffing of the dog.
I get it. The thing is, I get it. I'd prefer that we had a lot. I think I could make an argument that we should be famous, but also if someone's like, yeah, it's not for me. I don't like when podcasters smell the mic to see if the dog in the room farted. I'm like, I gotcha.
Again, it's like, sorry for keeping it real.
We kept it real. That was
Sorry
a really real
for keeping
moment.
it real.
I just snorted into the mic also.
Yeah, she kept it real.
I kept it real.
We keep it real.
Yeah. Why? Have you ever heard Joe Rogan snort into the mic to try to smell his dog's fart? Because he's
fake.
He's one of these
being
elites you
fake.
hear about.
So true.
And I'm down to earth and I'm grounded, as are we all.
They do call on conspiracy internet. They call Joe Rogan controlled opposition. They always call him controlled opposition.
I've heard him called Pazuzu on conspiracy internet. Joe Rogan's Pazuzu actually.
Pazuzu is like way too cute a name for a demon.
Yeah, it's like a Looney Tune. Pazuzu.
Yeah.
Pazuzu.
Well, it's like you said. It is like no. like this is just good IP. You guys are
IP.
talking
Yeah.
like demonic lore. It's like what I'm seeing are characters with a lot of story potential.
Yeah.
Right, it's just an OC.
Right.
Yeah, they're like it is just like I'm imagining like some old timey village, and they're all genuinely afraid. And it's like, oh, who you were afraid of? And they're like, Hugga Boo.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like Huckaboo.
Hugga Boo.
Boo boo. Do we have anything else to talk about? Do you
I mean, I
topics?
have two.
Okay, go.
Well, one is my Soul Cycle this morning, and then one is the AMC man that was passed out in the theater.
Please.
What would you like to hear about?
It's a choose your own adventure. Oh, that's just Soul Cycle because we haven't heard Soul Cycle this morning.
Well, the AMC man passed out in the theater is pretty self-explanatory. There was a man passed out in the theater,
And he may have been dead. They evacuated
and we
the
had
theater.
to evacuate.
Eve did not get to see the film.
and we
She
did not get to see the
had been
movie.
planning to see.
But Dana's aunt did get Dana a date with this guy. They're going
Yeah.
later. It's gonna be pretty
the Soul
exciting.
Cycle experience, it wasn't about me. It was that the man that was next to me was getting bullied by the instructor, the one you guys don't like.
Wait, bullied how?
Not really, like but well, first he does the thing where he always goes up and like somebody will be using like whatever 5-pound weights, and he'll be like, really, man, come on, and then like make them switch with him and then give them like 10-pound weights, and which I think is funny because then he keeps the 5 pounds for himself.
Really, he just wanted a way to get rid of his
Really?
10-pound weights with dignity.
Really, he wants to find a way to get rid of his heavy weights with dignity.
We see you. Sneaky slime
so whatever. He
motherfucker.
gives the guy the 10-pound weights, and then the guy's like, he's kind of struggling, and he comes back over and he goes, "Man, you're way too old to be a twink."
Whoa!
Like saying he needs to buffen up, saying he needs to get more buff.
Oh, that's what he's. I
with
really
the
didn't even-
10-pound weights. Because he's too old to be a twink. And I'm like,
Whoa.
that is such a 1-2 punch, because it's like, one, you called him old, and then 2, you called him scrawny, which he wasn't. Also, he didn't look that old or that scrawny.
My only thing is like maybe they're best of friends in
yeah.
real life, but also here's the deal.
That's
no.
giving they know each other
I think they
more
maybe
intimately
do, but
than
not
you
like.
would think.
Maybe they do. Maybe they do,
Yeah.
but not like. I don't know if it's that much.
Also,
okay,
it's
I
like
don't know.
even if you know each other,
But-
the other people in the class don't know you that
Right,
well.
'cause I'm like,
Right.
holy,
What the
yeah.
fuck?
Like,
Well,
holy
you're
shit.
like, do I need to be speaking up for someone?
Right. I'm like, I should be
right.
like, hey, he's a young bear. Should I have said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you really should have said that.
Yeah, he's a
That
young,
was a what would
actually, he's
you
a
do,
young
and you
man.
failed.
Damn it. Damn it.
You guys, we still haven't filmed the young old sketch where
Oh, yeah.
where
Or
personal
what would you
trainers
do?
are being fat shamed.
Yeah, we
or fat
need to do that.
shaming.
We need to do that. Yeah, I should have stood up for him and said, hey, he's a young bear.
Yeah.
He is not too old to be a twink. And then, I don't know, okay, now that I'm looking back, I'm like, maybe he did know. Because then later he was like, you look like you're about to throw up or murder somebody. I feel
This
okay.
might have been bullying. I hope that
Yeah.
even if that's my best friend, they wouldn't be after all that. You know what I mean?
I guess so.
Well,
But
like-
maybe that's just the dynamic they have. They're kind of
Maybe.
like in a
Yeah.
They
roast.
yeah.
Well, I kind of remember because
Roast
I had a
tribe.
similar thing in the last Soul Cycle class we went to because I was cycling next to this person and the instructor walked up to this person and they said, "Hey, I think your whole family should kill themselves, Uggo." And I thought, no, they must be friends. That's how I talk to my friends.
Yeah,
so
right.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure. No, I
Yeah.
just thought you're way too old to be a twink was the most devastating burn of all time.
Well, that's wild
and just
to
say
say
that,
out loud.
yeah,
in
to
a
the
public
class
setting.
of people, to say you're way too old to be a twink.
I guess it's
Because
weirder to
his weights were
whisper
too-
one on one, but it's like to say it for all to hear is
But also, like, because he was struggling with the 10-pound weights
that he forced on him.
that he forced on him.
Okay, that's also I don't like it when they try to dictate the amount of weight that you have because it's like I know my own limits. Let me
Right, I chose these weights.
yeah, let me
Yeah.
know my limits and exert myself to the potential I know I'm capable of. Thank
Right.
you.
Well, I thought that too because that's why like I had the 5-pound weights, but then there's times where you're supposed to put both weights in one hand. And a couple weeks ago, I was like, I don't want to do that right now. I just used one weight, and I thought, well, it's my limit. And the next week, Eve goes, "Hey, I saw you last week using only one weight in one hand where you're supposed to have two." And I got 5s also. I had 2. And I'm like, wow. Like, I love Soul Cycle. I love group
I
fitness.
guess me and this instructor are more in common than I think.
Yeah.
Next time I'm gonna yell, I'm gonna shout to you, hey, you're way too old to be a twink.
I would get up and leave, and there's a chance none of you would ever see me again.
Be the bully you wish to see in
and
the
then
world.
you can we could do a sketch like this too, where I say he's too old to be a twink, and then you go, hey,
He's a young
he's
bear.
a young bear.
And I say I'm straight, and you ignore me. I say I'm actually a straight gentleman.
I'm hungry. Do we have enough?
Nice to meet you, hungry. I'm Paboo.
Pazuzu.
I'm Pazuzu.
I just engaged in a demonic contract.
Yeah.
Also, it's like we're joking about Pazuzu now. And it's like yesterday you were so fucking serious.
Well, it's classic Dana.
You
She
were
says something
so
for real.
fucking serious about labubus being Pazuzu.
You were not joking around about Pazuzu.
Also, do we want to talk about the prospect?
Well,
Oh, they
I
have
have to
to
be so. Isn't it time to end, dude?
I think so.
So next time you don't get to know.
They had a screening and it went really well. I
We
don't
did.
really know
We
what
screened our
else to
comedy
say.
We
feature
screened our
film
indie comedy
in
feature
Beverly-
film. It's been doing
in
its
Beverly Hills.
indie festival run, and it screamed in
And
Beverly
it's
Hills.
gonna make huge buzz in the industry because Dana shit on the floor.
I made sure to do a really attention grabbing sign.
Well, we were so nervous because like there was obviously industry people there and everyone who worked on it, and we were like, and we had to introduce the movie, and it's just like we're so worried we're so stressed. It's like stressed about what? What could we
Right.
possibly do that? We're like, I'm like, oh, what if I get up there and just put the entire microphone in my mouth?
Like, yeah, what if I take off all my clothes?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and Dana kept being like, I hope I wasn't weird. It's like, well, you didn't shit on the floor.
Yeah.
I didn't shit on the floor.
So,
Yeah, what could be weird?
Huge
Did you say
W.
hello?
Weird.
Thank you for coming to the screening, and you're like, no, I said welcome to the poop factory. I'm the foreman.
I introduced
the
myself to
foreman.
everyone as the foreman of the poop factory.
I honestly don't even think that would be that bad either.
Yeah,
If you did that.
I think that would be pretty
If
bad.
someone introduced themselves to me as the foreman of the poop factory, I would laugh.
Dude, am I supposed to believe that, madam? I don't like it when people stray from the script, would just take it in stride of a waitress is like, hey, I'm the foreman of the poop
Okay,
factory.
when like at a restaurant, because then it's like, whoa, I thought I was eating food here. This is a poop factory.
So you'd have to be at the poop factory.
No, but like at a screening,
Go
it'd be
on.
okay if someone was the foreman of a poop factory.
Okay, and on that note, do you want to say goodnight?
Yeah.
How was this? How was this
Did you guys
episode?
like this at all? Are you guys liking the product?
Good night, young old. We are the foremen of the poop factory.
Brought to you
by Pazuzu.
Brought to you by.
Who
What if our
said
first sponsor was
that?
Pazuzu?
Good night.